Hi guys, I wanted to show you how to craft the quiver that I made here, that I'm using right now. And these are really good quiver, 2 arrows with prod speed, frenzy generation, crit chance, and then damage, life, and flat call to attacks. Everything in the quiver is deterministic, but the call damage to attacks, I got lucky on that one. And there's two main ways to craft quivers. This is, I think, cheaper, but less deterministic, and then there's another one that's more deterministic, and it's a little bit more expensive. The only problem is that with the other version, I cannot get prod speed, and I really want projectile speed on my quiver because of this mastery, which is increases and reduction to projectile speed, also apply to damage. So this is basically a double mod. It gives me projectile speed and damage, which is really good for tornado shot since I have so much projectile speed. And it makes the clear feel amazing in maps. So I have 223 prod speed. I'm gonna show you how to craft them. You want to start on a level 81 plus quiver with a 1 implicit, non-corrupted, just clean, synthesized base. They're really expensive. The cheapest is like 27 divines right now. And I basically essence spammed essences of projectile speed until 1 arrow and an open suffix. This on average takes 147 essences, and I'm gonna show you here. So we do Essence of Dread until 1 arrow. Let's say I'm simulating that I hit it right here. Suffixes, and I just remove a random mod, and I put the arrow on. You want to, in this case, if you have another suffix you want to annul, you want an open suffix to start the craft. This first part is pretty cheap. Essences of Dread are not that expensive. And if you're lucky and you annul the last mod, the suffix that you don't want, you can keep going with the craft. If you get unlucky and you remove either the prod speed or the arrow, you're gonna have to restart. Once you have your prod speed and the arrow, at this point we have to craft suffix cannot be changed and scour it to remove the prefixes. We also need an open prefix, by the way. In the other version of the quiver, we can do another trick with cannon or attack mods, but we can't in this quiver because I need I don't have an attack tag on the prod speed. The other quiver has crit multi instead. If you need crit multi, you probably want to go for the other quiver instead. But I'll show you my quivers first and then the other one. So we want to clean the prefixes, right? And then we do cannon or attack mods. And then we double slam. And we want to get as high as possible damage with bows. This mod is only possible if you have a level 86 quiver. So if you have a level 81 plus, you can only get T2, which goes up to 42%. We got really lucky here, and yeah. The level 86 quivers are even more expensive than this, so level 86. They're like 55. They're like almost double the price. So it's kind of up to you on which one you want to craft. And then when we slam like this, the only outcomes that we can get are life and damage with bows. If we slam again, there's no more mod available in the pool, so it cannot give anything else. Those are the only two possible mods. In this case, what you can do is either keep it, because it's already really good, or you can try to do suffix cannot be changed and try to annul the life in a 1 in. It's like a 50-50 with some extra divines paid every time. And you can keep doing it. Okay, let's say I remove the life, right? We go back and we craft cannon attack mods and try to slam again. It will always give life. We got unlucky. And you can redo it. This is way more expensive on the prefixes than the other quiver. The other quiver is easy. It is way easier. I'll show you why later. But I wanted the projectile speed, so this is more expensive. And we can try to save it again. I saved it, and then I do cannon attack mods. Cannon attack mods and slam again. Okay, we got T1 live. We got super lucky. And once we're done, we got lucky here, and we got the prefix that we want. We can remove the cannon attack mods. We craft crit plus frenzy, so we get frenzy generation like having game. And I just slammed the last mod. This is really RNG. If you get unlucky, you can get something really bad. And we got T2 cold damage, exactly the mod that I got in game. So this is pretty much the same quiver that I have in game. You're not gonna get cold damage. That is random. I think Grimro got crafting the same way. Grimro got Fizz. We crafted the Quiver the same way. I think he got fizz damage on his. Yeah, he got fizz damage. It's a pretty low tier, but it doesn't cost that much, and you don't need to spend that much on the suffix cannot be changed. You can just skip that step and just get any decent tier of life and damage. And this is pretty much the Quiver done. I spent what, like, including the cost of the Quiver itself, probably like a total of 40 to 50 divines. Not that insane. It's not that expensive. The other way of crafting the Quiver is different. You want to start on a blue base with an arrow, and you want to craft suffix cannot be changed on it, and then imprint. Getting the prefixes on this one is way cheaper, but getting the suffixes is a little harder because you need to keep imprinting over and over. So we imprint in this blue state, right? And then we do Regal, and we want to do Reforge Critical. Reforge Critical will always give us either crit chance or crit multi. If we don't get T1 crit multi, we want to imprint back. So we always imprint back, create a new imprint, Regal, and in this case, we regaled crit multi. So if we reforge, we're not gonna get a crit multi, right? So we might as well imprint back now and not waste the reforge and all the time. So we imprint, regal, and then reforge crit, and get, okay, we got T1 crit multi here, but we got full suffixes. We want one suffix open, so we want to remove the crit chance. So we have a 1 in 3 chance of removing the crit chance. I mean, it's technically a 1 in 5, but we don't care if we remove the prefixes, so it's a 1 in 3 of removing the crit chance. And if we remove arrow or crit multi, we have to imprint back. We remove the crit multi, so we, in theory, have to imprint back, right? And just do the process over and over, but for the sake of the video and just to show how it works, I'm just gonna pretend that I annul the crit chance, so we can keep going forward. But if you remove the crit multi of the arrow, you need to imprint back and forth again and over and over until you got the 2 suffixes like this. And once you're at this point, the Quiver is pretty much deterministic from this point on. Now you can clean the suffixes, the prefixes, sorry. So you do suffix cannot be changed, scour. Now we have a clean Quiver, and this becomes really easy to do. Now it's only expensive. We do can have 3 multiple crafted mods. And then we do suffix cannot be changed. And when you're at this state of the Quiver, you want to suffix cannot be changed, right? With multiple mods. So we fill up all the suffixes, and we suffix cannot be changed, so they cannot be touched, right? And we can reuse the can have multiple crafted mods for later on. It doesn't get removed. It stays on the Quiver. And we reforge fizz. This has a chance of filling up the prefixes, but most of the times we can clean them, I think. And it's way cheaper than augmenting, so it's kind of up to you. If you want, you can augment, but I recommend reforging. It's going to be cheaper overall. And in case you break the Quiver, you can always annul save it on a 50-50. It's actually a 60-40 because we only have 2 suffixes and 3 prefixes if it fills up, if we remove the craft. So there's a 60% chance of saving it. Or if we can roll attack mods and annul, if there's a life or damage with bows, we can annul it safely. So I recommend reforging. So with suffix cannot be changed, reforge fizz over and over. You can also do cold depending on your build, or lightning depending on how you want the Quiver, but I think fizz is the best. In this case, we have full prefixes, right? We have to remove the can have 3 crafted mods, and we do can roll attack, and we can safely annul either the damage or the life. It is a 1 in 3 of removing can roll attack mods, 1-3 life and 1 in 3 damage. And when we have a suffix open, a prefix open now, we can recraft can have 3 mods, suffix cannot, and reforge fizz. And again, suffix cannot, reforge fizz, suffix cannot, reforge fizz. This is expensive, but in theory, you can make this Quiver to be like pretty much mirror tier, like perfect. You just need to keep going. And in this case, again, we go back on the suffixes, can roll attack mods, and then we annul. If you remove the can roll attack mods, we recraft it. And as you can see, it can only annul mods with damage without the attack tags. So the fizz cannot be touched, the arrow cannot be touched, and the multi cannot be touched. And then once we clean up a prefix doing this can roll attack mod trick, We have to recraft, can have 3 mods, suffix cannot, and reforce fizz again. And we got nothing good, so we reforce fizz again. Our goal is to get T1 fizz or close to T1 fizz. And T4 is not good enough, I think. T3, maybe. We could keep T3. Okay, we got T... Oh, that's Leech. And we got T5. So in this case, we have more mods with attack tag. So we have to remove the crafted mod. And we do cannot attack mods. And we do a 50-50 to remove life. This is safe. We just spend more divines if we get the cannot attack mods. Now that we clean the prefix again, can have 3 mods, suffix cannot, reforce fizz, and you can see this can be of like can go on over and over and be really expensive. Let's keep going. T9, T5. Okay, let's say that I hit T1 here. I want to show you the next step of the craft. You can keep going doing the same way that I just did over and over. Let's say I hit T1 fizz here plus a random bad mod. You have to suffix cannot and null. Let's say you get leech, right? You get fizz damage to attacks plus leech. We want to remove this. We do suffix cannot. Suffix cannot be changed, and we want to annul. We want to annul the mana, and it's a 1 in 3. If we get unlucky and we remove the fizz, we have to go again. Okay, we got lucky and we got it. So if you get a bad mod with the fizz, which is the good mod that you want to annul it. If the bad mod was life, or let's say we have a bad life, right? Instead of doing what we just did, we can instead do cannot attack mods and annul it safely, like I did before, right? And we can annul it safely. It's just money. We just spend more divines, right? Once we have the quiver at this state, I don't know why I removed the cannot attack mods. We want cannot attack mods on, and then we double slam. Double slam, and we want to get T2 plus bow, and maybe like T2 plus life, or T3 plus life. And if we don't hit the good mods, we can always annul them safely, because we have cannot attack mods on, and the only 2 mods that we can remove are the ones with no attack tags. So it's gonna always annul the cannot attack mods, the damage, or the life. If you remove the cannot attack mod, you craft it back on over and over. So it's deterministic, but it's really expensive. That's why I went for the other quiver. And we can slam back on. We got really bad life and really bad damage with bows. So we have to null them back. We got lucky, and then we slam again. Really bad life, really bad damage. Oh, I misclicked. Don't do that. Don't annul if you don't have the cannot attack mods. It will remove a good mod. So always make sure that you have cannot attack mods on before annulling the damage and the life. Okay, we annul them, and then we slam back on. And it always hits and removes these 2 mods, because they're the only 2 mods that have no attack tags on the quiver. So it's safe to do. Okay, we remove them, and as you can see, we can keep going forever. Let's say I annul this, and then I slam. And so let's say I annul this, and then I slam again. We're getting so lucky. But yeah, whenever you get something decent, it can take a lot of slams and crafts, because every time you have to like craft the mod, annul, craft the mod, annul. Let's say this is something that you would keep T3, T2, T1, and then you just remove crafted mod, and then you craft either attack speed, which is pretty good, up to like 12, or you can craft crit with frenzy generation. It's kind of up to you or what your build needs. And this is the other version of the quiver. In theory, it can be better than the other one that I crafted here, but I think this is like cheaper, I feel like. I don't know. They're both pretty expensive. Only do this craft on a synthesized base, of course. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.